Good morning, guys. We'll get started. Let me minimize this. We log out. DevOps engineer. Okay. So let me open PowerShell ISC. Always run it as an administrator. You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, we
So
can
I'm
hear
just
you.
going, So I'm just going in sequence. So yesterday we seen how to declare a variable and keep some data in the variable, and you can use it after few lines of code. So this is a kind of storage mechanism. And then we also seen arithmetic operators and logical operators like for comparison, etc. And then addition, subtraction, and your division, etc. And then logical as well. So these are must and should for any programming language because that's how you develop the logic. And apart from them, because that is a regular mathematics, right? You also need some system level operations as well. Let us say you are working with some data, or you are working with the operating system. You need to manipulate so many things, right? For that also you will have the commands. So those are the operators, and we already seen some commands, and there are some more commands which should regularly use it. Okay. So I'm taking the famous commands are familiar commands to most of the people, so that you will understand. Okay. But there will be hundreds and thousands. Not everyone definitely don't use them. Obviously you must be using some 40 to 50 commands for any regular development. Okay. So there are some power. So far we see arithmetic operators, etc. They are not commandlets, right? As I told you, commandlets means they are developed using .NET, and this is a that you call it as a commandlet. I can also create my own command if that is not available. Of course, there is nothing that not available in PowerShell. It's already available. So now we are going to use some commandlets which will serve some of our operations. So one such is get unique. The reason I taken it because when you are working with the data, right? So you might be working with text, and you want to identify all the unique names, etc. Let us say you have 100 names. You want to find out all the unique names. You want to avoid duplicates. So for such kind of scenarios, you will use a get unique command. Okay. So while I'm using these commands, you will be learning all these variables, etc. as well. Okay. Sorry, I did not share that list with you because I was outside yesterday. I didn't get time. I will share it. Okay. So the first command I'm going to use is commandlet. Sorry, not the command, the commandlet. So I'm going to use is uh, get unique. So for the benefit of your purpose, for your benefit, I just given the commands as is so that you can easily uh, copy and paste it. Okay. So let me paste it here, and let me delete the first one. So now I have, so this is a variable, right? Dollar list is a variable, and it contains a number of words. Hello, hi, hello, morning, morning, super. Okay. So if you are keeping between double quotes, right, this is a string. If you don't use, if you use a number, just that is a number. So our person is asking, right, can you show me how to create a variable? Data types like a integer, string, etc. The beauty of of course, even the advanced versions of .NET also is having this capability. Let us say in .NET, right? In the older versions, if you have to define a, if I define a variable, let us say some name, I have to give the data type as well, name, string like that. But in the latest versions, you don't need to keep like that. I can simply create one dynamic variable. Whatever you assign, it will become that type. Let us say if I keep integer like 1 2 3, it will become an integer variable. If I keep some string, it will become a string variable. That we call it as a dynamic variable. That dynamic variable concept is what available in your PowerShell as well. So here I don't need to explicit. Of course, you can explicitly can specify it. That will help you in the readability. I will show you that one. It's just a one statement. So for this, yesterday I created a $x. What I did, I just assigned a number. It became a integer variable. Whether it is $x or $list doesn't matter. It is just a name. Now for this $list, I am assigning strings, hello, hi, etc. Now it will become a string type variable. So that's what. If you assign true or false, then it will become a Boolean variable. If you use like some decimal numbers, 120.45, then it will become a decimal data. So don't worry about it. So that's the reason I did not use that. But I will be showing explicitly how you can declare a variable as well, but it's not required. Now, what I'm doing under $list, I assigned some six words. Now I want to find out the unique strings from this list of strings. Okay, so there is a command. If it is a .NET or Java, there also you have the methods. There you call it as a methods or functions given by the programming language. Here you call it as a commandlet. The commandlet here is get unique. So how you do? So how you apply? So when I'm using multiple commands, right, you will have to use pipe symbol. So let us say, let me first use only get unique. Okay. So how you use a get unique? You say now you initialize your variable with a list of strings. Now I will go and say pipe. There is a pipe symbol on your stuff, and then say get unique. So when you click on the tab, right, it will set it right with the casing. So now the list is initialized with these strings, and when I executed this $list pipe symbol and then get unique command line, see what is the output. So in the bottom you can see hello, hi, hello, morning, super. I don't see it is started completely. Is there any difference? Hello, hello, hi, morning. Hello came two times, right? Hello came two times. Okay. Let me use this complete one. Let me. So I am using only get unit, right? Let me use sort as well with this one. Now you see. Hello, hi, morning, super. Now you have the unique names. So it is removed all the duplicate names. So you need to use sort with get unit. When you use a sort, right, it is keeping your words side by side. Hello. If you are not speaking, please go on mute, please.
So get unique does not give unique items. It has to combine with sort, no? So in the previous example.
Yeah, see, that's the reason I am going step by step. Okay. So my intention here is not to demonstrate the purpose of your commandlet, because purpose of commandlet is available in the documentation, but how you use it. So now I am using here multiple commands on the same variable. Okay. This is how you can use it. Like I use a pipe symbol. Okay. So use a sort get unique, which is a combination of two commandlets, and then you will have the unique list. So the description you can find on any website. Okay. Now, so let's use another commandlet. So the other one is I would like to use get children, because I'm just taking one command from each category. Okay. So get children. Let us say yesterday we created folders, right? So that folder contains subfolders contains subfiles, etc. Let's use let's give one folder and see what are all the things that comes under that sub. Okay. So for that you have this get children command. Okay, so command line. So let's use a command line. Okay, so let's go and let me delete this, otherwise it will be confusing. I'll use a clear command so that it will clear the command prompt in the bottom. So get children. So as I told you, once you give a hyphen and then it will give all the available switches. Okay, because I want to find out the something from my folders, right? It will give like this. And of course, even if you don't know how to use it, you can use the help command like help, or else you will go to this command palette and try to do this one and then show details. See, obviously nobody can remember initially because it comes to a practice. But here you are having all the facilities to make your stuff easier. Now we can go and use all these things. Like yesterday we used this course. All these becomes switches in your command. Okay. So, anyways, I am having this one. Let me go ahead and take this example. I'll delete that one first. Let me take it first. So this is a dollar a. I mean, it's a variable. We can give any name. It doesn't make any sense. So now let's see. Get children item. There is no temp folder in my D drive. So still, let me execute it. So you get an error. Okay. So because it's saying path doesn't exist, but I have a folder called a new folder, right? In my D drive, I don't keep anything on the C drive. Okay, so I have a new folder test under my D drive, and let me create one more folder as well, just for examination. It's a test one. That's it. I'm just keeping it like this. Okay. Now let's go and change it to. Anyways, it has the intelligence. The moment I say this one, it will show me all the available systems, I mean the items in that folder. So that's the beauty of the intelligence. Okay, let's go and execute this. So nothing there. Now let's see the $a. See what is the $a contains now. Test one and then test file.txt. So that's how you get the get child. Okay.
Once we clear that complete thing, again, if we create a dollar, it comes.
That clear is not for clearing your dollar. That clear is to clear the bottom. You are seeing the output, right? So I want to clear this output. Otherwise, you will get confused.
Means if we clear that, use the clear. When we call that dollar a again, it shows the same.
It will show because it is not clearing the variable value which we have. It is clearing. It is like I'm clearing my blackboard. I'm not clearing my mind.
But the value should be the same.
Yes, value will not change. Let us say now you cleared it. I don't execute this now. Okay, let me delete this. Okay, now let's see. You have it. Now let me clear this. You have it. And let me delete this. I mean, these are all permutation. All you need to know is you are not clearing the variable value. You are clearing the console output. You have it. And let exactly because I already saved my output in my variable. And now let's go and use dollar error. We use right system variables. We got one error. After that, we executed many successful things. Right now, let's go and execute it. See, this is the last error we got. Temp.test doesn't exist. Okay. Okay. Now let's go back to our stuff. Sorry, I deleted everything. Okay. So let me take the other commands. Okay. So now we used get child item and we got the child item into $a variable. So the other few other commands that I would like to show is so 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 we can format your output as well in the bottom. So this is how it is coming, right? When I fetch the $a data, this is how it displayed. You can even format that one. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let me delete the previous ones. To format your output for better readability or for some reporting purpose, you can use a format while and then you have to use. So I'm formatting what? I have to format some variable, the content in some variable. That's why it is saying what is that input object and what is that dollar here. Now you see. Let me clear it, and you will understand. So these are the benefits of your commandlets because there is a lot logic written in that commandlet and it is giving the output. Internally, it is doing so much stuff. Let me remove this $a as well because we have this $a output as well. Now you see, earlier it was showing some tabular format, right? Now it is simply showing test1 and then test file.test. Okay, and there will be many options available here for this format, right? You can go and explore it. Okay. And the other one you can use is get the names of items in the current. I mean, that's what. Let me delete this one. Delete. Get child item hyphen name. I said. Okay. What is this? It has taken. It is giving me the names of all the files in my current home direct. I mean, this PowerShell is running from this exe is there some on some folder, right? On my whatever is there under that folder, it is giving all the names. That's what I mean. That's the purpose. Get the names of items in the current directory. Current directory means where my PowerShell is running from. So how do you know where your PowerShell is running from? $host. Not the $host, there is the home, $home. You see, this is running from c:users purnachandra.k. That is where my PowerShell is running from. Let's go and see. c:users purnachandra.k. And you might be having somewhere here. Probably when you install it, it is configured this as a current directory.
This is the
We'll see it, but that's not my intention because when I install it, basically many things it will go there. Oh, sorry, here C:\Windows System32. So I was looking at this. Okay, yeah, the PS is a PowerShell. So PowerShell is running from C:\Windows System32. Okay, I'm not giving attention to those things. I'm only giving at the output. Okay. So likewise, you can use many commandlets, and we already seen some get process, etc., etc. And also you can do the looping of the content. Of course, I'll be explaining the loops in the upcoming slides. But you can do the loopings. Looping means we have a list of values. You can loop through the values and you can apply some operations. For that, you may use a for loop or for loop, etc. And you can do the same thing even using commandlet as well. So for every operation in any programming language, right, there are n number of ways to do that one, and people use that use the type of way as per their comfort. Okay, there is no good or bad here. So let me take another one. So that is uh, looping through the data actually. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here, the second one is example two. Okay, let me get this out. So what the second one first command is doing. So there is a dollar underscore. You can see what is dollar underscore in my reference slide. Okay. So there is a, so generally how you create a list of variables, you can declare some variable and equal to, and then you give a, if it is integer, 1 comma 2 comma 3. If it is a string, within double quotes, you will give comma separated list. That's all. So I am now doing it very dynamically. I'm not without creating a variable. I'm trying to do some operations. Okay, let us say this will be useful when you are working in script. Let us say from previous line you may get some output, and you without putting that into some variable you want to do some operation. So when you are doing the scripting, these will help you. Okay, now what I'm doing, I have a list of values 100, 1000, 2000, 3000, and I want to divide that each number by 1000 and give me the output. That's what I wanted to do. So for that, what I'm doing, so I have this dollar, and this is related to the current context, 1000, 2000, 3000, and I'm applying some command, right? Use a pipe symbol for each object. For each object, I mean here 1, 2, 3, and then process. What it is processing your for each object, it is processing with divided by 1000. So now you understand why I'm using dollar underscore. Dollar underscore contains all these values. Okay, and so generally what you do is simply say some dollar list, and then you say 1000 comma 2000 comma 3000. Generally you will define like this. Now you are keeping everything in one and you are simplifying it. So there are multiple ways to do this. Okay, now if I run this command, what it will do, you will get an output of 1, 2, 3, because 1000 by 1000, 2000 by 1000, 3000 by 1000. Okay, let me delete the description. It is saying unexpected token 1000 in the expression. What is unexpected? There is some should not be unexpected. Then it will become unexpected. Not required. Sorry. Let me see what is this. Unexpected token 1000 in the expression or statement. Did I miss anything? Yeah. So dollar underscore, I just kept it side by side. Both are different statements. Okay. Now let me clear this. Now you understand. Now run it. So my output is 1, 2, 3, because first this is a kind of declaring a variable without any name. It is a dynamic variable kind of stuff. And what is this? All this list of variables now under this dollar underscore. And what it is doing, for each object in my dollar underscore, it is processing it by divided by 1000. So this is another commandlet. Likewise, you have many commandlets. Okay. Let me. So I will be. So anyways, I'll give these things to you. But this is how If you have multiple commands, how you can club it, commandlets, how you can club it, and how you use a single commands, etc., and how you see the output. Okay. And so that is for integers, right? We have another command as well. That is, let us say you have your first name dot last name, and like that you have some 1,000 people with name as first name dot last name. You want to split first name into one variable, last name into another variable, maybe for some reporting purpose or for data storage. So for that you will have a commands like commandlets like so So you have this so name Microsoft.PowerShell.core, and then you also have the Microsoft.PowerShell.host, and we are doing for each object. So I missed one more command there. Let me go here and take this. I missed the last one. Split. Okay. So for each object means I have two objects here. One is Microsoft.PowerShell.core. You can give any name. Okay, and the other one is Microsoft.PowerShell.host. For each object, what I am doing, I am splitting that string by dollar. So you know this dollar we already. So let's go and execute this. Supply the values for the following parameters saying process of 0. Okay. So what it is doing for each object, what is that object? Microsoft PowerShell core and PowerShell host. It is doing split by dot. So now what happened? Microsoft PowerShell core became three words. Microsoft PowerShell core, and the next one is Microsoft PowerShell host. Microsoft PowerShell host, like this. Okay, splitting the data. So sorting, get children, splitting, like that. You will have a n number of commands. You just need to practice. So I'll just, anyways, I can execute this kind of scripts 100, but it doesn't make any sense for you because it comes by practice every day. Okay, let me do. Okay, let me get on to other things. Okay, let me do another type actually. There is a thing called invoke item. That means I can open any folder or I can execute any exe or I can open any file as well. So that is a invoke item. Invoke item command. So how you do? Let us say again. It's very simple. Invoke hyphen item and then you give the path. So what I wanted to open is new folder test and then test file.txt. Okay, I'm just using because you can see it in action. You can execute anything as well. Okay, let me click on it. So it opened my text file. So this is invoke. Okay, so in the same way you can execute any exes. When you say invoke, it will try to open it. It will execute. Okay. So that's how you can use a commandlets, like a combination of commandlets using variables or multiple commands and data. Of course, all the commandlets will be working on the data. Okay, it can be string data, it can be integer data. So now you know the operators, and then you know the variable declaration. You know how to combine different commands, and also you know how to easily learn the commandlets using our PowerShell ISC, using that help. Okay, so many people what they do, if they want to know about the command, they go to PowerShell ROM, right? They will try to learn from here. This is just a text, and this will be very tough. Even I struggle to understand because it will give us some 10-20 lines and everything is very generic description. It's not easy to understand. So how it helps us, I am already an expert. in using that command, but I forgot it. I forgot some switch. In that cases, it will help me. But if I am a new user, it will not help. Okay. So generally what they do, help, right? So it will give like this. What I will understand from this. And if you give any command, it will give command and then help. It will give the help. But this is a lot description, which is not helpful for the learners. Okay. So go ahead and use a PowerShell AEC to learn new commands. Okay. The next important thing for any programming language or any scripting language is about your conditions and looping through the data. We already seen the looping using command, but that's not the case all the times. You mostly be using our traditional loops. Okay. So in PowerShell, we have all these loops: for loop, for each loop, and then let me. So these are all the loops that you are having. So for loop, for each loop, while loop, do while, and in the conditions you have the if condition, if else condition, and you can have the nested ifs as well, and you have the switch condition as well. So these are all the things that are available in other programming languages, and you are having here as well. So let's see our for loop. We will quickly go and execute. Okay. So for loop works like this. You will have a condition in the for loop, and if it is true, then it will go and do the operations inside that for loop. If it is not, it will come out, execute. So I'm just giving an example here. So I have a integer array. So I'm taking another data type, an array type actually. Okay. So how you declare an array? At the rate. At the rate, and you open the brackets and put it. If you don't have that at the rate and bracket, then it will become a list of values. Now this is an array of values. Okay. Now what I am doing? So I am going through looping through each and every value in my array, and I'm just trying to display it. I'm not doing. I mean, if you want to do some arithmetic operation, you do it, and if you want to write it to some file, you can write it. It's all up to you. My purpose is here to demonstrate the for loop. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. So it will work as is. You simply go and copy paste the command. Let's delete it. So what I done? So I created one integer array by giving this at the rate and then values. And the command and the syntax for your for loop is for I equal to 0. I mean, you can use, it's not need not be I. You can use any letter. You can use a count. Basically, it is a counter. Means first it will start with the first number. It has to go to the next number, right? How it will go? It will use that counter. So that first time it will be 0, means the value from the 0 position, and next it will increment. Then when it will process next time, the value will become 1. That means it will take the value from the 1 position in your array. So that's how it works. So the syntax is for I equal to 0, I less than, you see, I less than array dot length. What is the array dot length? Because you need to process all the values in the array, right? Let's see what is the, or you can share here as well. Integer array dot length. Let's see what is this. Let me delete it. What is the array length? 3, because I have 3 values. Okay. So first I will start with the 0 and I will go till 3. Since it is a less than, I'll start with 0 because 3 values mean 0, 1, 2. If you don't want to use a less than or equal to, or then it will be 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me go ahead and copy paste it. Now I am saying, okay, take first I value equal to 0, take the first value, and the condition is, what is the condition? This I value should be less than the length. Now what I contains? 0 less than 3. That's true. That means it will come inside and it will execute this statement, and then it will increment the value. Now I contains 1. So I equal to 1 now. After that, I less than integer dot length, 1 less than 3. It works. That's how the loop works. But you don't need to know like that. but you need to know the syntax. I'm just trying to explain. Now let me run this one. What it is doing, let me remove this first one. So it is displaying 1, 2, 3 values. So let us say if you want to apply some mathematics or some operation, you can do it. Let us say clear it. It is doing 1, 2, 3. If you want to do some sum, you can say plus and then dollar, or let us say simply some thousand. Okay, just for a demonstration. Let's do this. Now it become 1001, and the next value 2, 1000 plus 2, 1000 plus 3. So that's how you can look to the values and apply your logic on your data. So that's a for loop. So it works on your array of data or list of data. Now the other one is, so we have the for loop. For each loop is also we have. Okay, both will do the same thing, but for each loop will come in handy when you are working with some objects or something. Okay, I don't want to use that complicated stuff. For the time being, I would say both are same. Both will do the same thing. But for each object, it will work with some string arrays or something. Or if you are working with some system level components, it will help you more than for loop. Okay. So for each also the same thing. All you need to do is instead of for I equal to 0, I less than length, I plus plus, you say for each value in your array, do something. Okay, let me take it. Or I can simply change this one. This for loop, right? I can simply change it. What I do instead of for for I would say for each and then open bracket, and I can give anything like I can give $x, $y, $z, or some name, some variable name. I would say dollar value in dollar integer array. What I am trying to do, I will do the same thing. Integer array plus 1000. But you see, there is no I here, right? You need to change it because I'm using the different value. Okay, here I'm using dollar number because as I told you, you can use anything. Okay, now let's make it dollar value. See, the output is same. Let's make it some 10,000. You can see the difference, or you can make it 2. Okay, 452 because 1 plus the first value. What is that? Yeah, it came like 452, making it 2 3. What is my, sorry, that's correct only, right? Okay, dollar value. The value is inside my dollar value, right? Okay, 1 2 3. So when I say what was the mistake I was doing earlier, what I'm doing, sorry. So, no, what I did, I did not modify that one. What I did was, it is a at the rate, sorry, dollar integer array open and then dollar value. So actually, what is the output of this one? I'm saying integer array, right? Under value, what is the first value? 1. So that means integer array of 1. What is the integer array of 1? Integer array of 1 is the first value in your second value in your array, because the array starts with 0. Position is 0. Okay, let me delete this second one. So these are all permutations and combinations. You can see I am getting only 2 values, 2 3 means second position and then third position. What is the first value? When I am doing the for each in my integer array, the first value is 1. Now I am saying it will become integer array of 1. So integer array of 1 means second position, because your array, right? internally it start with index starts with 0. So array of 0 means 1, array of 1 means 2, array of 3 means, sorry, array of 2 means third value. So here I am having array of 1 means second value, and then I will get an array of 2, that means third value. That's the reason I am getting only 2 values here. Okay, if I say dollar value 0, array of 0, you see, because it will loop 3 times. That's the reason every time it given 1, because array of 0 means 0th position what you have 1. So this is how we can use for each object. So logic is logic. It based on your requirement. And the next one I would like to show is while loop. So this is also for looping purpose. Okay, but in for loop, your condition has to be success. Then only it will come inside. For while loop also, it will work the same way, but your declaration is little different. Okay, let us take me. Let me take me this example. So as I said, it tests the condition before executing the loop. Let me delete till this point. So again, I'm defining the same integer array. There is no difference. I'm saying integer counter equal 0. It can be I equal to 0 as well. Counter is nothing but you are incrementing that because you need to loop through the content. Now the command syntax is while counter less than integer dot length. So if in the for loop, how you are doing for I equal to 0, or I would say for counter equal to 0, counter less than 1, counter plus plus, right? If it is a for loop. While loop, you are initializing the variable, before the loop, and even incrementing it inside the loop. But in the for loop, you are initializing here itself by counter plus plus. So there is a small syntax difference. Okay, so this is a dollar integer array. There is some yes. Okay, 1 2 3. So what it is doing your while loop? It is looping through each and every value of your integer array, and it is checking the condition. So when you are using while loop, you have to initialize the variable counter outside your loop, and you have to increment it inside your loop. If you don't increment, right, you see I'm using counter equal to counter plus 1, but I'm using plus equal to 1. Either you can use a dollar counter equal to dollar counter plus 1, or the same, because both will give the same output. Now I remove that one. Now you see what happens. It is running forever because there is no condition. So every time what is happening, the loop is continuing, right? The counter value is always 0, and this will be always successful because this counter 0 less than the length always. So it will go to infinite loop. See, it is not stopping. It will go to the infinite loop. So in order to stop this infinite loop, you need to put that counter increment. So let's stop this. You can stop the operation. Now keep counter equal to counter plus 1. After 2 times, what happens? Your counter will become 3. Then counter 3 less than 3 false. So it will stop. 1 2 3. So remember, when you are using while loop, right, you have a greater chances of going to infinite loop. If you don't keep that increment, means your program forever executes. It will never stop. So that's the while loop. And you have another variant as well, that is do while. Okay. So while loop, what happens? It will test the condition before it executes the loop. In do while, it will execute your loop at least once, even though it is false. So that's the difference. So it is scenario based. You might be having some scenarios where you want to execute some operation, whether your condition is true or false. It may come in your logical operations. Okay. Let me take again the same thing. See, I'm not changing the integer array. I'm keeping the same thing. But just to save the time, I kept it already here. So even while loop or do while, I'm initializing the counter before the loop. Now the command here is do and then open bracket, curly bracket, and then close curly bracket. Inside you have the your logic, whatever you want to do. So let me remove this space, okay? And then what I'm doing, I'm incrementing the count. Otherwise, it will go to infinite. And where I'm putting that condition here. In while loop, this while comes in the start. Do while comes at the last. So here I'm checking the condition. While counter less than your array data length. So let's go and execute 1, 2, 3 only. Let's make it 0 for your differentiation. So it got it. Let us see. I remove this. Okay, if I remove this one, it will change. Let us say I make it 3. It didn't go. Let's say 30. Basically, you have a 0, 1, 2, and then basically it is incrementing the counter, right? So when I given the 2, what happens? 2 plus 1, 3, and 3 less than. So what is the your length? Yeah, integer length is 3. So 3 less than 3 is false, right? But still it executed once. As I told you, it will execute once, at least once, even if your condition is now. So now you know the loops. You know the for loop, for each loop, both are same, but different syntax. You know the do while loop as well. So it's only the syntactical differences. But do while loop, it will execute once, at least once, even the condition is false, because you are not verifying the condition before the loop execution. You are doing it after the loop execution. Okay, that's the difference. So now you know the if condition. So here also you have the if condition, if else condition. So this is also similar to any programming language, but the only difference you see here is you are not using the symbol less than or greater than. You are using -le, -gt, etc. Because in PowerShell, it's not less than greater than. It's that English word LE, LT, GE, GT. So that's what you need to understand. So let's do this if condition. So what I'm saying, I have my variable x contains 10. If x less than 15, I'm saying come inside. Then it will write a if example. That's it. So let me clear this. Since my condition became true, it came inside my loop. If I keep uh, 20 here, x less than 15 is false. It will not come inside. So your output will be empty because there is no else condition. So I can, now it is only if condition, I can have the else condition as well. Means if true, execute this statement, false, then execute the else condition. That is, you can do like this, else, and again if open bracket, close bracket, and then write your statements here. I mean any of your logic. Okay. So for this demonstration, I simply write first. Can say, I mean, you can use the bracket, you don't need to use the bracket, that's okay. Okay, I can simply write like this also, else, okay. Now execute this. So 20 less than 15, it is false, that's why it came to else block. Okay, if I keep it 14, then it will go to if example. Mean the output is if example, because this is true, the first block is executed. So that is how you write if condition, else condition, you just extend it. And you also have the nested ifs as well. I mean, you can write ifs in ifs within if. Again, it is the same thing. You just need to ensure that your open brace and close brace are perfect. Okay. So let's take this. I already written this one. So what I'm doing, I have two variables, x and y. If x equal, if x equal to 30, what I'm saying, come inside. Okay, let me put else as well here. Okay, if x equal to 30, you come inside. Again, you can have another if condition. So that is, if y equal to 10, then come inside. You are in nested if example. Okay, you can have the nested if else as well, because it's all about adding. Now let's go and execute this. So first is x equal to 30, that's why it came inside, and y equal to 10, that is also correct. That's why it has written two outputs, nested if example, and then x equal to 30, y equal to 10. If I make x equal to something other than 30, let us say 29, then it will come to else block, because if x equal to 30, then only it will come here, and then it will validate the next condition. Now the first condition itself is false, because x is not equal, x value is 29. So it came to else block. Okay, if you want to again have a else condition here also, you can have the else condition. So there is no restriction on that one. Okay, I say right post by block. So you can extend like this. Now I will say, I'll say x, and saying x equal to 30. First block is, I mean, this condition is true, it will come inside. Now I will make, if y value is 10, then it will come here. I mean, it will write this one, right? Okay, it executed. I mean, this is the output. Now if I will make a y other than 10, then it will write right first, I mean, y block. So that's how you can use nested ifs. And you can, means nested if is nothing but a plain if or if. So you can write n number of things like this. All you need to ensure is your brackets, right, are closing. For each open, you have to have the closing bracket. Otherwise, you will get an exception. So, and then the other way, there is one more conditional stuff, that is a switch. With this, you, I mean, in any programming language, these are all the things what you have. Okay, only the syntax will differ. So let me take a switch. So how the switch works, you don't need to write these conditions. Sorry, let me keep it here. So I'm saying switch, and there is some value here 4, and under, so I open this one. Okay, and then there is a 1 2 3 4 and 4 4, etc. 1 2 3 4 4, and then for one, I open bracket and close bracket. Means I am doing some list of activities. I mean, I just kept only one, but you can use some arithmetic operations or anything. Okay, so when I execute this statement, right, if the switch contains value 4, then it will display 4. That means it doesn't go and validate these things, it will directly go there. So your performance will be increased. You got my point? If it is a for loop, you have to use a combination of for and if. You have to go through all the values for each or for I equal to 0, and then you have to say if value equal to 4, then execute. So you are writing multiple statements to achieve this one. If you are using switch, it is only very simple. Now I execute this one, switch. Let me, so what it is showing, if you see the output, right, I can see two outputs here, means 4 So because I have two instances of 4, so I have got 4 output, and another is second time 4 as well. Okay, because these are the matching things. If I keep it 3, now I got 3. So so there might be, so you can have like this as well. Let us say I just use the value directly. Basically, you will be using some variable. Let us say dollar list or dollar $x and say 4. That you use here $x. That's all. Because it is 4, I got two outputs here because I have two matching 4s here. Now if I will make it 1, now I got 1. So there is another thing you need to understand. So I have two instances of 4, but my requirement, I don't want take the first instance. Though it is matching the value, switch value is matching two statements, but take only one instance. How you can do? You can do use a break symbol. There is a keyword called break. You can use that break. You see. So how you use? So if you want, so if I don't want my condition to take the another matching value as well, you can break it. So you can say semicolon and then use break. Now you see. Sorry, let's use 4 because there is only one. Let's use 4. Okay, you see now I have only the first instance 4. Okay, and likewise you can use break anywhere. Let us say I make another block here, again 4 only. I will say third, and let me put this break here in the second instance. Okay, let's see here. Now you see the break is there in the second instance of 4. That's the reason the first instance is displayed here, I mean utilized, and the second instance is also displayed. The third one is not displayed. See, generally it these blocks, right, contains a set of statements. It's not just that display command, right, or display. So you might be writing some list of I mean some logic. Let us say some dollar $x plus dollar $x plus 10, and then probably use some get children. So whatever you write many things, right? Okay, I think get child item, let's say
Purna, how many breaks we can use in that loop?
so you can use for the first break itself your loop will be stopped, right?
Okay.
Because after that it will not execute. That's what I'm trying to put 3 statements here. Okay,
Okay.
so in general you will be writing some logic in your blocks, like a 1 block or 2 block or 3 block. For demonstration I just kept some display statement. So now you see, I mean let me delete this one. So what I'm doing now, first I'm displaying 4 and I kept break in the second instance, and in that I'm doing some logic as well. First I kept some dollar $x plus 10. So first you see the 4, the first instance is 4, and the next one I given some logic dollar $x plus 10. My dollar $x contains value 4, right? 4 plus 10, 14. And what is the next statement? The logic I written, get child item of my December 20 folder. My December 20 contains Purna file test file. That's all. Means you can write logic in there. After that, what I did, okay, I want to break. So the third statement, the third instance of my code did not exist. So that's how you can use. So it is basically saving your time. Instead of using for loop and if condition, you can straight away use switch condition. Okay. So this is how you can use various loops and conditions. Okay. So with that, what I do now, you know, you can write a script basically. you can write a script and you can understand the script. Okay, with all these constructs, variables, data types. Of course, you don't need to declare it, and you know the conditions, you know the loops, and you know how to use the commands. Now it's all about writing your logic. Okay, so now what I suggest is you go to your deployment group creation, right? Just click on that register script. Now you open that script actually. Now you will understand the script, what it is. I mean, until now you will not be able to understand because you don't know PowerShell. Now you go and read the PowerShell script. So that will put me in a comfortable position whether you understood this PowerShell syntaxes and the commands. Okay. That's it from me for today. Tomorrow we will close up PowerShell because now we will use these items and work with some Azure cloud resources and use it some in our release pipeline. So that will that is I mean enough for any working session or for any project deployment or anything. Mostly you will not be doing it, but in case if you have to do it, you will be able to do it. Okay. Guys, that's it from today. Please, I will share these things with you. Please practice it. Okay, we'll touch up again tomorrow. Have a good day.